Well, happy Saturday, everybody. Good afternoon. It is almost 1 o'clock. I am here at what I think is the jewel of, of the city of Hampton, Virginia. We are at Fort Monroe. It is a decommissioned Army base. It closed down in 2011. The Fort Monroe Authority is holding some Civil War demonstrations, so of course you know I'm going to show up. I believe they're having some artillery firing off today, as well as some infantry demonstrations.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Captain Lawrence McCauley, the 99th New York Volunteer Infantry Regiment, Company D. What you just saw was an assembly call bringing the company out. This parade field at Fort Monroe has seen a lot of things. Grand parades, regimental parades, passing a review, grand review. And we're going to give you a taste of it and what it was like. The Army had to have bugle calls to get signals for the units, because you'd have hundreds of men in a company broken into two ranks, 50 men in front, and you'd have like 4 or 5 companies out here. And not everybody's going to be able to hear a command. Attention! That's what the bugle calls are for. And also the drum. Sound attention. Thank you. Bugle carries, so does the drum. And that's our drummer over there giving a demonstration ad hoc. So, anyway. The Union Army was equipped with the rifle. We're going to do a black power demonstration, give a demonstration with the infield and the Springfield. Infield and Springfield, step forward. Arms. The Ordnance Sergeant, Sergeant Profert, is carrying a Springfield rifle. This is made by the United States government. It has no bluing. It's the same size as the infield. It fires a black powder, 58 caliber ball at round. It has a little cleanout port here. This is a more superior weapon than the one I'm going to show you. This is the Enfield. It's made in England. This rifle changed the face of warfare because it was basically the first mass-produced black powder rifled musket. It fired one of these, called a mini ball. And a French officer, Claude Monet, not Monet, but Monet, he did some research on this, and after a Scotsman came up with the idea of having a percussion cap to put on here, they said, how can we make these rifles more accurate? And he saw some natives down in Africa throwing the spear, and they saw the spear spinning, and it went straight and true. And he said, well, if we can get the bullet to spin, we'll have a more accurate weapon. They came up with rifling. And Mr. Claude Monet took the mini ball, which is a round lead ball, and turned it into this. Trump's-headed cone on the bottom with rings. What happens is, the bullet's down here in the chamber. When the powder goes off, which is in here, the rings expand. See the rings? Okay. They expand, they go into the grooves, the bullet starts moving down the barrel, and then it's spinning. It goes straight and narrow. This weapon, they have reports of this weapon taking out people at 100 yards. Sharpshooters even further. they put a little more powder in, they experimented, but this weapon was made by the British, and they supplied over 680,000 of these to the north and the south. The government knew there was going to be problems, and they said, we don't have enough rifles. They had all kinds of different rifles. This was the standardized, so they started buying these. The Union had them, the Confederacy had them. The Confederacy got them blued. The Union, they took the bluing off so they could identify the rifle as a Union rifle. It weighs about 5 pounds, about 52 inches long, I think, and very accurate weapon. Thing is, the United States government did not want to be beholden to a foreign power. This rifle fired a .577 caliber bullet, and that became a problem because the Confederacy, they had the same weapon, and they were always trying to get our stores. But the United States government said we do not want to be dependent on a foreign government for our rifles, so they told Springfield Arsenal to make the Springfield rifle. As I showed you before, it's about the same size. Okay, but it fires a 58 caliber round. That one fires a .577. That means the .577 caliber round can be fired from this rifle, but the 58 caliber round would not be able to fire from the infield. So what they did effectively was deny the Confederacy a source of ammunition. Okay. This one was a lot more accurate, a lot more farther range because it fired a heavier round and more powder to fire it. Pretty rifle. The big difference between the two is a clean-out port right here, so that the FRISM, this is where the flash goes down from the percussion cap into the chamber, could be cleaned out. You can't do it on the infield. So it made it a little more superior rifle. We're going to now demonstrate firing. Oh yes, and this is the whole bullet. This is what they call a cartridge. The bullet's in front, on the top, on the bottom is the powder. What the soldier would do is pull it out of his cartridge box, rip off the top back at the end, stuff the powder in, push the bullet in, take the ramrod and shove it down inside. We are firing blanks, but you will see how it's done in the demonstration. Shoulder arms. Without loading a cartridge, load in 9 times. 1. The rifle is placed in front of the soldier, camera facing away. His left hand is grasping the rifle, his right hand is back on his cartridge box ready to pull out the cartridge. 2. He now has the cartridge ready to tear the rear end off. To be in the Union Army, you had to have opposing teeth up and lower. If you did not, you were sent to quartermaster court. 3. Charge. Fair cartridge. 4. Charge. Cartridge. They're pouring the powder in. They're getting ready to take the ramrod out. And the next one, draw ramrod. 5. They're positioning the ramrod at the top of the barrel, ready to ram the cartridge down. 6. Ram cartridge. Now this is the most important thing. Step 7. Withdraw ramrod. If you don't withdraw the ramrod and leave it in there, you're going to have a bullet pushing a spear running down the range. And then after that, you will not be able to load. 8. Prime. They're reaching in the cartridge box, taking out a cartridge. Don't prime. Now, the next step is ready, at the ready. Next cart, okay. Don't aim high, at high elevation. And that's the last one is aim. And the last step is fire. Kaboom. Recover rifle. So the shoulder arms. Now, First Sergeant Kaufman. Commence the firing demonstration.
Squad.
The first firing you will do is basically a company fire. All men firing at the same time. Imagine 100 rifles, 2 ranks, 50 men front, all firing at the same time. We cannot get that many people to want to do reenacting in the Hampton Roads area. This is just one squad of my men. Loading. Oh, someone asked me before, how many rounds can they fire?
Three rounds.
4 rounds. They should be able from would they already be loaded, so they have 1 round ready. Okay, so if they already have 1 round ready, they should be able to fire 4 rounds in the 1 minute. Okay, they should be able to load 3 rounds a minute. But having 1 ready, we say it's 4. You know.
Hey, fire! Go! At the right oblique, ready, aim, fire! Go!
Notice how the men all turn at the same time, looking at 45-degree angle. They would take aim on whatever was a threat, and all fire upon it. One we can't do is fire by rank because we have front rank and rear rank. We don't have enough for a second rank. We'll just fire 1 more round.
Ready, aim, fire! Shoulder, arm. Right wheel, mark.
Now there comes that time, Private Captain, when
Squad,
in the battlefield,
halt!
over to my right, comes that time in the battlefield where you run out of ammunition, or some general wants to take a position. This is one command they don't want to hear. Fix bayonets.
Shoulder, arm.
What they're going to do is wait for the command. What? Just imagine 100 men, and this comes at you. Charge bayonets!
Yeah!
Shoulder, arms. Present arms. On behalf of the men of the 99th, I thank you for coming today.
Thank you.
Shoulder, arms. Order, arms. Unfix bayonets.
Thank you.
The gun weighs about 1,900 pounds, as you see it, just under 2,000 pounds.
Load!
It is a
Canister!
rifle.
400 yards!
Projectile weighs about 10 pounds. The service charge of gunpowder is about 1 pound. We fire a half-pound charge, because with no bullets. The reason we fire half-pound charges is, well, no, because powder is $28 a pound. So we're firing for $14 a shot instead of 28. But as you will clearly see, a half a pound is quite sufficient. Would you not say so, Sergeant? Well, certainly. Certainly. I want a double shot. Now there is now that is actually an artillerist's term. Double canister is the term they use. Remember I was talking about when the troops are coming? If they're really pressing you hard and you're about to be overrun, you'll put 1 canister round in, and I would order double canister, and the guy back at number 6 would take and cut the bag off the second can and put it into the same charge powder. Shoot twice as much projectiles, but a much shorter range. Double canister. At Gettysburg, when there was one battery about to be overrun, and the last order the captain gave before he shot down was triple canister. That was a Pickett's charge. And he was shooting 20 yards away, triple canister. 3 times as many canisters.
Less velocity.
Less velocity, but at 50 yards, you don't need a canister. It would devastate. Hold it down.
Ready!
Is this our practice round?
This is the real thing.
Okay, so this is the loud round. Now, you'll notice you may have heard in the past people say fire in a hole. I'll tell you in a minute. That's a misnomer. I'll tell you why.
Fire! Secure the
Even
beast.
a half a pound was plenty good. Actually, in truth.
Alright, so I had to get back to my car and just make a little charge to complete out this series. I didn't realize I was out here that long. But I hope you enjoy the video. If you are ever in the Hampton area, I do highly recommend that you come down to the Phoebus, Fort Monroe area. There are a lot of good restaurants around town, lots to do around here. I see some segways, you can bicycle, there's a beach. You know, I'm sure the water's cold. It is December right now. But in the summertime, yeah, definitely get on out here. It's a wonderful place to be. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.